Oh, hello, everybody. How are we? I can see there's a couple of people here. Thank you for joining me for the live this morning. Who's here? I can see Koala, Silver Moon, and Michelle. Oh my goodness. Hello. How are we all? What's happening in the world of the world? This I just thought, I'm a little bit, it's a bit muggy. The weather's changing here, but it's been kind of, I think there might be a storm or something building up because it's extremely uncomfortable. It's a bit muggy. All right, where shall we? Today, I don't know. Today, I just wanted to, we'll just touch base. I'll tell you a little bit about, so first off, because I see silver moons here, I'm not going to. I'm not getting rid of Tarot C at the moment. I'm not going to do it. Hi, Sarah. So it's staying because I'm just to test it out. I've com- I've created a new channel called Bubo, and that will be purely for just, I'm going to do like just tarot readings on that general, like maybe even because I did one yesterday for the Nancy Guthrie. It was a bit of an update. So though you'll see, if you, and I'll post it on in the post, I'll post the link to the Bubo, the Bubo Oracle channel, as it'll stay as Tarot C. I will do tarots here as well, but this channel will be content like today, like where we go through, the Instagram account, etc. So yeah, I just wanted to let you know. So there's two channels. There's Bubo, the Golden Council channel, and there's Tarot C. The same, it's just that on Bubo, the Golden Council, I'm not going to talk about shapy stuff. It'll just be purely maybe news events around other, celebrities, etc. Maybe even I'm thinking, I had a chat. A couple of Jamsters have said, like pick a card, card of the day, more general reading. So I think that we'll just keep it like that. Oh, is it? Is it? Hang on, maybe I need to move. I'll have to move this close. Maybe I'll move this closer to the. Oops. Is my sound okay now? Just let me know before we go any further. Hello, hello. Sound. Um, uh, what are we saying? Oh, did you see? So I prepared the meditation. I hope it sounds all right. The meditation, like I hope it. Has anyone tried it yet? Have they done it? I mean, it was yesterday. I think it was. When did I put it up? Oh, good. Thank you, Michelle. Sound is good. Oh, let me show you. I'll put the comments. Okay. What did I want? I'll pop up the latest offering. We can have a little look at what's going on the website. Happy Valentine's Day. Now, that is the most. What do we feel about this? Hmm. Whoops. Happy Valentine's Day. It looks. It's the most. It's the most ridiculous. Hi, Jasta Jen. Um, there's something terribly wrong with this handwriting. There's something terribly wrong with this handwriting. Oh, opinionated woman, let me have a quick read. I fell asleep listening to the meditation, woke up a few hours later and started again. I have no idea what you said after the first 10 minutes. That's so good. Opinionated woman, that look, that's absolutely fine. You'll probably, yeah, you'll probably fall asleep a few times. Um, yeah, so as I said, you can always listen to it. So later down the track, you'll probably do the whole thing. But that's good. I'm glad that you fell asleep. I think that's wonderful. Oh, I'm so glad that you've actually doing it. That's good. Um I want to let's have a quick look. I'm really interested. I'm intrigued. There's something about this handwriting today that's oh, you've all like wow, you've all fallen asleep. That's so good. That's okay because as we get used to it, you will get used. I mean, as you get used to it, like you'll sort of stay awake. I knew if you're doing it at night, because I do exactly the same thing. If you're doing it at night, um, yeah, because I'm not. I think it's more relaxing when when you're listening to someone, because I often listen to things in bed and I fall asleep within like a couple of minutes and I'm asleep. But if you're, I suppose, if I'm doing it on my own accord, like I would be, because I'm driving it, I'm sort of, I'm conscious, so I'm wake, like I can stay awake doing it. But I did, as I was reading, like as I was doing it, like sitting here, speaking, um, it did feel, I felt I could visualize myself, and often I had my eyes closed so that I could talk you through it. Okay, we got Blue here, Blue Ridge. So, welcome everyone. Thank you for coming along. Um, yes. So I will mention the Bubo channel later. Like I started that yesterday. So I completely it is what it is now. I think I've disconnected everything from that main Google account. So we'll just have to wait and see and how it goes. So now it's purely up to content and fingers crossed, that things start to grow and pick up. And they probably will. It's going to be slow going, but we'll get there. We'll get there. But I'm glad because now in my mind I have it clear that general news and entertainment is on the Bubo channel, and more shapy related things that we've always talked about and these kind of sessions like the lives will be on Tarot C. So there's that little bit of a distinction between the two channels, but it's those two channels. Rumble, I'm not sure. I'm not convinced of Rumble, but look, it doesn't hurt to, um, it doesn't hurt to post things on Rumble. And I will try on Rumble. What I think I will do is have the catalog, like I'm going to go through when I've got some time. I mean, I'll do some time. Over time, what I'll do is I'm going to upload onto Rumble all the old Jam Scam stuff. So, so there will be a place and there'll be a what do you call it? A file, a folder on Rumble where you can watch old Jam Scam. And I think what I'll do, because last week's catch up was interesting, was now looking at all those videos from 2024. It's interesting going back and looking at what I thought I was looking at, in comparison to what I know today, and I think that would be good. So that there'll probably be, yeah, some of the better videos I'll post on Rumble, and then what I'll do with the other one is like do summary videos. Like I'll record them and add them into this, like, because now I can do these videos. I can have a screen like this with and talk about the original Jam Scam video. I think that could be good, and that way people that have asked about, the old videos, they want to maybe go through them or go back to them. That's where you could probably do that on Rumble. I think it's better on Rumble. Okay. I've just been sitting here looking at this Happy Valentine's Day. So for some of you in the US, it's still Valentine's Day. Now, I'm going to ask you, if someone can type for me, in the US, for the US people, did anything happen today, like on Valentine's Day, the 14th of February? Has anything happened with the Nancy Guthrie, the news? Because the video that I did, the Silence of the Lamb video, that was kind of interesting. Maybe I should. Let me just quickly see Nancy Guthrie. So there's no report of, she's still missing. There's no report of anything being found, like a body being found. They found DNA, right? But that didn't belong. Okay. Oh, 3 people detained. So they did detain someone. Yes. Yeah. We won't. I don't know what to say about. Obviously, I feel, I don't want to say too well. I don't want to, because it's really just a guess. But whenever I've done the cards, I just get the feeling that poor Nancy's not with us anymore. That's what I feel. That's what I feel. And I honestly, like, I'll do a quick. Let's do this for a second. The Oracle quickly. I just want to go to the Oracle cards for a second. I just want to show you one of the cards. The one that I think I have shown you this card before, but this keeps coming back into my mind. It's where is it? This one. This keeps coming back in my mind. And I think this is one of those times where it's not so much about the words on it, or if it is, see, this card's about partnerships. It's about building a partnership, but the picture, it's about building something. And I keep looking at this man pointing at the building that's under construction. And I wanted to say that I keep feeling that is Nancy somewhere half built, like is she in a construction site? That's I know it's just a terrible it's a guess, but I I don't know why I don't know. Like I feel so I felt like because in the picture, yeah, I felt or else she's near something that's being built. Not saying yeah, she may not be actually in the construction site, but somewhere near her there is and when I first saw this picture where this map is, I thought it's not, it's just a block, but like I thought it was a well, like something like a well, and I was wondering whether, and I don't think there's a lake near them, but I don't know. I just feel because her home is kind of in a bit of a rural, not rural. It looked to me, it looks rural. I don't know the place. I don't know Arizona that where she is. But it looks like like there's kind of like bushland around her. So this picture sort of really spoke to me. Um, yes, I'm not. Yeah, and I don't know exactly, but that was very interesting. I had spoken, I had chatted to Hap Inc. about because Hap Inc. actually kept asking me about the Silence of the Lambs. She was really um, taken by the Silence of the Lambs reference, and I still, right now, I still am very unclear why that had taken place. It's very, very unusual. It's very strange. Um, and so, I mean, I don't want to, I don't want to discount it. And so, whenever someone speaks to me about stuff like that, and I'm always intrigued by the intense feeling that they get. And that's why I asked you about yesterday, the 14th of Feb, is because that movie, Silence of the Lambs, was released in America on the 14th of February 1991. So as soon as heard that, I'd seen it on a what do you call it? A reel that someone had done about that movie, and I went, oh, okay. And of course, then there's the correlation that the movie's about someone that's been taken and have been abducted. Buffalo Bill takes the young girl, and then the mother, who is a senator, a U.S. senator, goes on. She goes on to do the speech, and then Savannah Guthrie basically repeats exactly what that mother in the movie says, about, she's lovely, blah, 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 just talk to her. You'll see it's sort of like word for word. So it's very strange. And yes, I feel like that strangeness is, I feel like that's something, there's something there. Whoops, what's this? But so this is a message. Well, this just popped out about clear thinking. So this is kind of like a bit like smoke and mirrors, many options, don't know what to think. Upside down, it's about clear thinking. So that's why, well, obviously clear thought is required when looking at that. So that's why that's what sort of prompted yesterday's reading on Bubo the Golden Council. Um, so I, as much as it's very interesting, I still, yeah, the cards were thinking that it might be, well, it's not a, you know what? It's not a coincidence. Oh, I just got a scratchy nose. Um, It's not a coincidence, but it may not be exactly what we think it is. So I still can't work out if it is a message. I still can't work out what the message what the message is because there are some differences as well, but I suppose it's an abduction. That's why I thought it might have been something as stupid as um that, not that it was a mistake, but that someone had plagiarized. And that to me feels quite possible in a, in this day and age, that because we've seen it before. We've seen it with Amber Heard, so um it's possible that. And also, didn't hasn't Shapey lifted, she's lifted plenty of speeches, like uh yeah, Shapey does it all the time. Now, I don't know whether that's stupidity or whether, what the hell, laziness, but I do feel that yes, there's something very strange, but I just can't put my finger on it. What that is. Ah, dear. Ah, Silver, the movie, yeah, you need to be in the right frame of mind. It is a psychological thriller, so if you're a little bit sensitive to themes like psychological, it is a little bit. It's a bit, yeah. I know what you mean. There's a lot of scary movies that I haven't watched, and so um, I can tell you, like, I have a, and I love watching people's reviews of movies. I really do. I listen to a guy called the Critical Drinker a lot. I love his um, and Nerdrotic. There's a couple of people that I listen to. I always before if they've watched a movie, I often now will watch a review so that I'm familiar with what is going on, because I don't like being one, if they don't like it, I know that I won't like. I absolutely know that I won't like it. I do value their assessment of movies, also because the Critical Drinker is actually he's a talented writer. He teaches script writing, screenwriting, so he knows what he's talking about. So I value that knowledge and experience, and I have watched a movie. So he has spoken about a couple of movies. He didn't like them. I just thought I'll watch them, and I've always aligned with what he thought. So but so oh dear, because I watched a movie the other day. Oh, koala, yes. Ask me a question. Go ahead, my darling. Ask me. Let me just wait for koala to ask her question. Please do. Yeah, yeah, no worries. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're here to workshop. We're here to. That's absolutely fine. So, yes, our recollections and the Duchess of Narsussex. Koala, are you asking me? Oh, oh yeah, you did ask me. Sorry. Please do. I haven't been in contact with them, to be honest, which makes me. But I've never really been in contact with the Duchess of Narsussex. I did a couple of times on one of her, on a live. I've sort of um, let me just quickly, just in case, I'm just going to. Um, Yeah, like a couple of times with the Duchess of Sussex on lives, I had the opportunity to catch her live and made some comments, and then she did invite, she invited anyone to talk, and I have spoken on her channel, and but with her, like I'm never I have sent her emails, but we never really spoke outside of that. So I don't know the background. And with our recollections may vary. Again, you know what my I do have a huge fondness for our recollections may vary. Um, but in recent it's been a while now that I haven't actually had a chat to her like we used to chat, typing chat. But I think things got a little bit out of hand for her. I know it was very, very stressful. It was a very, very stressful time. Um, but I think she is still around. I've seen her. I think I'm subscribed to her on Rumble, but I haven't seen any recent posts, so I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure. And there's been like I've had a big shift of mindset as well because you know when I started because I was just going to say this card's about partnerships, etc. When I started, I was really one of the things that I had in my mind was, oh, it would be wonderful to speak to these content creators. Um, there was at the time I used to listen a lot to Paula and Megan's Mole, and so many people. And I've always thought, you know, I wanted to share what I saw, and it just became it was really weird because now I understand, like, that as you grow, lived experience, um, I now understand that it's not necessarily, it's not necessarily, well, it's very difficult to be friends. Like I thought it'd be really lovely to make friends with people that, talked about this stuff because I thought, it'd be so nice to, have people to chat to. And I've discovered that it's not necessarily the case. And that actually this whole shapey thing, like I don't know if you can sense it in me. Like I have this real, like we do it on the live. I know that we're going to look at, we look at this stuff on my Sunday morning. And but I don't know if you can sense it in me, but I don't really enjoy looking at it because I find it see, as I look, I'll tell you what I'm feeling. As I look at this piece of writing on a tray, a silver tray. Yeah, I get it. It's Valentine's Day. I'm finding, yeah, can you feel it, Koala? I'm feeling disturbed. I'm feeling cautious. I'm feeling like, what the hell is it? I'm getting, yeah. I think my guide is also disturbed. I think my guide is also disturbed. I call the person, the entity, or whoever stands by me or helps, that walks around the lake with me, the orb. I think they're just there as a guide. They're not. Yeah, I'm not. I totally. I embrace the guide. Oh, that was the card at the bottom. I'm just thinking about this building. Something's coming through about this. Something is definitely coming through from about this building, and husband and wife. But maybe my thought about the building's not right. Maybe the thought about the building's not right. Something and something about timing. I keep bringing up timing. Something about timing is not great. Just one second. So yeah, that was. Let me just finish off about our recollections may vary and the Duchess of Sussex. So I don't know, or like, and I honestly don't know all the ins and outs, like all the little details about what's happened to their channels. I hope they're okay. I really do, because I was very fond. I am very fond. I shouldn't say it in the past. I am very fond of them, and I will always say, a from the beginning, that I have, our recollections really did help me, and she helped me with all her heart. So I will always say that for recollection, like that, she's a special person to me. Like, and I felt really hurt, not by her, but what happened to her. Like, I felt really distressed seeing her in distress. But I just don't know what to do. Um, and I just think, okay, this is a theme that's been happening to me for a little while now. Um, and I understand, like, the more that I do cards, this is something for me to learn, but I'm going to just share it with you. Um, I I was of the I wanted to be there for people, like, because I know what it's like to be sitting in a chat and feeling like, oh, no one's really listening to me. So that's why I say to you, you know, you all chat amongst yourselves. I won't keep up, because I understand there's a dynamic, like there's this little community here, and you guys are absolutely, you chat amongst yourselves, and that's absolutely fine. I will just continue doing what I'm doing, because I sort of learnt that we can't all be, well, from my position, like, I can't be sitting on top of all the comments and watching what you're all talking about, because then it sort of distracts me from what I'm doing. But I like having this time available for us to all to chat, etc. So I understand that's, you like doing it, and that's absolutely okay. Every now and then I will catch something in the corner of my eye in the chat, and so I'll mention it. So if you do have questions, like Koala did, um, if yeah, catch it. We should have a code, I suppose, if you do have a question, to put. Um, so in the front of your question, we probably should have like a code, like an icon or something that you can put at the beginning of your question, so that when I do glance at the screen, I know there's a question there. And it could be something like a love heart, maybe at the beginning of the sentence. If because at the end, I know that you're saying love to someone, you're sending love to someone in a message. But if you put it in the beginning of yeah, and I think maybe a love heart, or an owl, if you have the owl icon. If you put that icon, an owl or a heart, at the beginning of a sentence, I know that that's a question, and then that will automatically sort of stand out to me. So, Koala, I hope that sort of answered your question. Right. Yes. See, our recollections may vary. Because of our recollections may vary, a lot of people found Jam Scam. So, yes, she was honestly very helpful and willing to help me. So that, I kind of feel a bit, she was a bit of my, bit of a YouTube mum. You know what I mean? So she will always be that, that sort of guide, YouTube guide, guidance for me. So yes. And same with Don, with Don, she was really lovely, welcoming, and I just felt like really, a good energy from Don as well. So it does upset me that they're not there anymore because yeah. And then with all the other ones, look, I don't really know them. I know that it, you know, life gets busy and people, some people don't have a lot of time to to receive emails and chat. I kind of feel at the moment I can sort of handle it because it's not huge. It's not a huge channel. So if people write to me, I feel I can write back. And so for the time being, that's perfectly fine. So, I like I like to respond. If people have taken the time to contact me, I like to respond. So while I physically can, I will. Um, but can I just say one thing though? If you do contact me and sometimes I will just write something very quick, like in response, because I find that I need to be more disciplined in the time that I allocate to things like that. And sometimes I get really dragged down into things that it becomes a little bit overwhelming. Um, but I promise you, I do promise that if you do contact me, I will within a couple of a day or two, I will get back to you. And if I haven't, it might be because I might have read it, but then I've things have gotten out of hand, and then I just forget. So just if you do need an answer from me, just quickly, you know, hi, hi Bubo, how are you? Blah blah, blah. And then that'll remind me to respond. Okay, cards are shuffled. I'm just going to. Which I'm not sure. I wanted to talk about Valentine. Let's talk about Valentine. I think these are Nancy. I think this is, I don't know what that one was. I'm going to put that back. I'm feeling, let me just, I need to do this. No, I understand, Silver. That's true. I think, yes, sometimes, yes, I do understand that. Like, Silver does, she contacts me, she sends me videos, and I do totally understand that, that you don't really require an answer from me. So I think we're on that. We're sort of aligned. We've sort of got the wavelength happening. And, that's perfectly fine, Silver. And I like listening to you. Like I like listening and catching up with your fridge and freezer updates, Silver. I love it, Silver. Like she does. Like she likes to tell me about her how all her food prep and stuff. And yeah, I do. I like there's little things like that that I really do love listening to. Yes, so I know that you don't require an answer, and as long as you know that whilst I'm reading it, I've got a little smile on my face. I think you can probably sense it. What I don't have a smile on my face about is this Happy Valentine's Day scroll, and I think it's the style of the writing. It is because Happy Valentine's Day. Wishing you a day filled with small rituals, something sweet, and moments worth savoring. Yeah, leading us leading us down the wrong path. This is the path forward, but this handwriting to me is all about things moving backwards. It's a bit like that shadow. I just saw the shadow walking backwards. Um, this path that she's chosen is the path that she's walking down is not the same path we walk down. So, what the path? So, you know what? Actually, I wanted to say the energy that, so as you do the meditation video, as we do that meditation, and you can redo it and redo it, it's you it's you reflecting, it's you embodying the moon, and it's you reflecting the light of creation, and that light of creation is going to illuminate the night, is going to illuminate the dark, illuminate the path forward. For our hope, our intention is to help people see things a little bit more clearly and help them not to be triggered by the confusion that's in the world. So that's what our intention is. This intention, even though it says Happy Valentine's Day, this intention there is not the same intention as us. It's the opposite. If you can read between the lines, like, and that's us. What I just mentioned. This is the card of connecting with love, and this is what the meditation is about. This is what the meditation is about. So what I just mentioned to you about our intentions and why the meditation for us, it's about guiding our intentions to our neighbors, to the world, to the greater energy, and sort of helping that, hopefully by assisting the moon in the moon's role of reflection, by us reflecting, so positivity and love. And I think I mentioned pink, the unconditional love. That's what we're doing. And this, the opposite, this message, I think someone said they felt threatened. Yeah, to me, this energy feels like, and it's kind of innocuous. It's kind of this, oh, it's just a little, it's just a little scribble on a piece of paper, but it feels aggressive, or it feels, yeah, someone mentioned sloppy. Yeah, Silver mentioned sloppy. Um, it feels like it's done with, there's no care, but it's intentional. It's creepy. Blue, yeah, it's creepy. It doesn't feel like a connection with love, does it? This is not about love. Valentine's Day, well, in my opinion, really, Valentine's Day is, it's a bit more red. It's a bit more, the red is, let me just quickly see if I can see this too. Um, this too feels, you know, people everyday, well, not everyday people, we're everyday people, but why do we see it but no one else sees it? People look at this and see, well, she wants us to feel about cocktails. I get it. Like, she's written it right. I look at it. I don't feel romance. I actually feel, one, not disturbed, but It's on a chopping board. That's what makes me feel that it's kind of disturbing. The other thing that's disturbing, in terms of photography and light, is that it's actually cast in shadow. This isn't this isn't a good product shot from a branding point of view, from a product, purely trying to sell a product. Having everything in shadow is like, well, not half. It's actually half in shadow. Um, you know, in in the art, no, not Art Deco. I can't remember now which art, in which period. Um, I think it was the Impressionists that took a lot of inspiration from Japanese woodcuts. The Japanese woodcuts at the time had very strong diagonal lines in them, and so as a composition, diagonal lines are a very strong way of anchoring elements in a photograph, in a piece of art. So when and I love in art also following the shadow, like the dark, your eye is attracted to the deeper colors or the deeper aspects of a painting. So that's what ends up your eye follows shadow in paintings. It's a part of a composition artists will use. So composition, in terms of composition here, um, there's something I find the diagonal line not anchoring in a sense. I find it this sharp shadow quite um disturbing as well, like her handwriting. Then we've got these two cups of blood almost. Like I feel like it has a kind of a blood feel. These two cups of blood. I know they're not. I know it's a cocktail. It's a hibiscus spritz or whatever, and a raspberry valentine, and a strawberry fizz. Um, but to me, it's got like a oh, right, so she puts the jam. She's using the jam in it, and a spritz. So she must, I think that might be tea. And yeah, like, I mean, I understand most people would say, Bubo, you're crazy, mate. Like that, she's just the poor thing. Everything she does, everyone just scrutinizes and misinterprets, etc. Um, I to me, the idea, see, this is the red. For some reason, I don't know why, I find this aggressive. And I think it's it's not loving. And red, red is the color of love. It's the color of Valentine's Day. I'm, I'm fine. Well, that to me is a bit softer. To be honest, that's a bit softer. I just don't get I don't get all the items. The items are all very, very intentional, but I just don't understand what that message is. But she does. This one, I really like. It feels very aggressive. This, well, that doesn't. I just, whatever. Like, um, it's just that she does these really stupid things. Like, I just don't get why there has to be a cup of tea hiding next to this bookshelf. And the other thing that's disturbing me, really disturbing me, is perspective. Is like, I can't work out if this bookcase is in a corner of a room, but see the wallpaper. The wallpaper it's not face on. So we're looking at this wallpaper at an angle. So there's an angle at this side and an angle at this side. Now, my question is, because we can't tell, are these mirrors? Are these mirrored? Because the bookcase, I'm looking at the bookcase face on. It's like I'm standing in front of the bookcase. The perspective of the bookcase, I'm standing in front of it as I do. But the angle of the wallpaper, it feels like I'm looking into a corner. But I could be looking at mirrors placed behind, like placed at an angle. So I would like to understand, my brain would like to understand. Let me just quickly read what she said. Sweet things made slowly and meant to be shared. Why did made slowly, not handmade? Is that what you wanted to say, Shapes? Shapey, what the hell are you saying? Oh, sorry, I should put my hands. What the hell are you saying, Shapey? Made slowly. You're a mess, mate. Shapey, you're a mess. Made slowly. So, what things that have taken time? Events that have taken a long time. That's what I'm suggesting. Sweet things. So, sweet things to you in your perception, or that bring you happiness, sweet things that bring you entertainment, not entertainment, pleasure, like because taste sweet is enjoyable. So, things that you're enjoying that have taken a long time to eventuate, meant to be shared. Introducing the complete as ever pantry. Really? Ah, that's our most generous set, bringing the full pantry together in one place. Oh, so you can buy the whole set. Available now with 2 additional bundles to explore. Okay. I'm just, if you're wondering what I'm thinking about, I'm still looking at that wallpaper, and I I don't know if it's wallpaper. Maybe that's how it's got at an angle. Maybe it's printed board that's been sort of placed at an angle behind this bookcase or whatever it is, this pantry apparently. And and the oranges. I know people are going to say the oranges is because it's marmalade. Yeah, but we've seen apricots and oranges, and we've seen all these fruits of the Garden of Eden, the pomegranate, the golden orbs. You know what the color orange is. You know the color gold represents the sun. Marmalade. I get it, but she's the stylist. So, what's this one? So these are all the pantry items. The candle. So the other one too is these little lacy things. I noticed that she's really into little lacy doilies. I've you know it's yeah. The clause on this writing just doesn't make sense. Anyway, is there anything? Let's see. The other thing that I wanted to show you. This is Scarlet Rouge's Instagram. And I wanted to, before we finish, I wanted to have a quick look at some of these pictures. Um, and it's much further down. Well, let's just bear with me as we scroll down, because there were things here. Ah, look, I'm not, as an artist, um, there are some there are some very intentional. I will say too here. I mean, in artist, of course, it's intentional. Um, but like that, this intention here is kind of a little bit. It's a choice, isn't it? Like it's a very yeah. The kid's wearing pajama. You know, she's obviously printed fabric. She's got planets, and I won't play that because that's a video. So we'll just. But so the reason I wanted to talk about this. Um, I want to say to you, I mean, is it shaming? I don't know. I would, um, I would have a very difficult time, but that's just because I might have my own psychological problems. I would have a problem if my mother sat like this in a photo. I don't know. I just that's just my bias. It really is a bias, and I'm very very old fashioned. I just find the idea of my mother. I'm very disturbed. I just it's just not. But it's not. But the thing that I wanted to talk to you about was this. So back in 2009, so this was posted in July 2022. Um, so in July in 2022, Scarlet Rouge had a beagle. Oh, koala. Are you asking? Sorry, let me just quickly. Are you asking about who this lady? That's no lady. Are you asking about this woman? This is Michelle Lamy. This is the mother of Scarlet Rouge, who lives in Paris. Yeah, that's who she is. This is Scarlet Rouge's mother, and okay, sorry, I'm just reading. Yeah, I just had to make. Yeah, I didn't realize. Yeah, so Scarlet Rouge's mother is Michelle Lamy, and this is Michelle Lamy here. Um, oh no, that's okay. No worries. Yeah, she's Michelle. Sorry, Koala's was just on a tablet. Let me. So what I wanted to sort of have a quick chat about was this hound. So Scarlet Rouge had a hound. Um, and as you can see, it was from May 2009 to July 2022. So this little pooch passed away. Cute, very, very cute little pooch. There are some other pictures of the pooch I want to have a chat about. So this is Scarlet Rouge. And for Koala, Michelle Lamy is married to Rick Owens, the fashion designer. Um, so when looking at Scarlet Rouge's at her posts, etc. So this must be when she was pregnant. Rick Owens maternity collection. Oh, that's a maternity collection. Well, isn't that interesting? She was pregnant in 2019. She was pregnant in 2019. Now, can I just can we talk about this picture for a second? Should I make it bigger for everyone? I hope that helps. I just got this massive shiver. I just got this massive shiver because I just realized I was going to say to you, there's a there's a cat, like a black cat. It's not, I don't know if it's completely black cat, but there's a black cat behind her. Nothing wrong with that. She's pregnant in September 2019. I hope she's pregnant. Wouldn't that be a faux pas if she wasn't actually pregnant? Um, and well, she must be because it's the Rick Owens maternity collection. Now, did you notice she's standing in front of a mirror? Um, I I'm always interested by these things because I just wonder, what is she mirroring? Because in actual fact, I can't see her reflection because of the angle. I can't see who's she's mirror like I can't see her reflection in the mirror, but I can see someone's reflection in the mirror. Can you see can you see here? Can you see whose reflection is in the mirror? See how this composition is work how this composition works. We're looking at it at an angle where the intention is to reflect. So this could be a composition about motherhood or mothers. Um, and so here we have, and this is why I got the shiver. I still have, like, I'm just looking at it, a very, well, if you can zoom in later, it's kind of a bit, well, I'm sort of a bit creeped out by it. We also have compositions of palm trees that are joined at the base. September 2019, before Shapey mentions it. Oh, koala, it's her mother. It looks like a mother. It looks like an artwork of her mother, but very creepy. And that is actually what is reflected. Let me just, you know what I can do for you? Um, I can do this koala. 1 second. I'll take a screen grab and I'll blow it up. Well, I can blow it up like this, I think. Yeah, it's her mother. That's all I can, so that is the reflection in the mirror. And I don't know, see how there's boxes? So I don't know what that, it's a picture. So it's a picture of her. Okay. Did you notice the palm tree joined at the base? So this happened. This was posted in 2019. So later, when they go to Montecito, and she says that little Lilith, oh no, was it Lilith or was it Archie that said, "Oh look, mummy, it's you and daddy." Like that. That's a load of BS. Um, But maybe because if they've been talking to their kids about palm trees and the significance, the introducing the idea that palm trees are important, because obviously palm trees feature a fair bit, and especially palm trees that are joined at the base. Um, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Little gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. I'm wondering. No, I was just wondering about the coloring, the face. It's a beautiful it's a gorgeous little picture of a beagle in the daisies, in the chamomile, the daisies. I was going to say chamomilla. So 10 years old. Beautiful little beagle. But see, so in 2019, she was a prolific beagle photographer, taking photos of her beagle. This is disturbing. I'm sorry. Get ready. Like, I'm sorry if this triggers people, but like, I think it's important to understand the energy of these people. And so, yeah, I won't talk about that one too much. You saw the picture. Maybe if you go along, you can see that she's arranged it to look like this shape. Yeah, I don't want to talk, I don't want to accuse, I don't want to do accusations, but that bird, that's a very strange, that bird is missing a certain part, and I don't know what happened there. So beagle again. So obviously the beagle's getting a little bit older now. So this is a different beagle. Did you notice? This is an older beagle, and this is 2018. So this beagle, you can tell that it's an older beagle, and the markings are a little bit different in its face. It's a different beagle to this. Oh, why does he feel younger in this picture? Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just the angle. Here he is again. He just seems to have a lot more white. This particular beagle has more white on his face. Oh no, he's got white there. Oh, he does have white. Maybe look, I take that back. I think it is the same. It is the same beagle. So Scarlet Rouge has a beagle. But this beagle, he's very black. So, I just wanted to get an idea of his coloring on the back. Now, let's quickly go. Here he is again, the beagle. Yeah, definitely. He's more black. Cutie, what a cutie. Um, Now, as we go down, because I want to show you something. Bees, bees and beehives, 2018. Here he is again, the beagle. So between 2018, 2019, I think what's interesting to me about why I want to look at beagles is this is the time she's getting married, remember? And when she was in Canada, she had a beagle and it broke its legs in some sort of accident. So at the time, they both have. He's got very white legs. So the only conclusion, well, what I can conclude right now is that both friends have an appetite for beagles or a love of hounds. Oh, here's something for you girls. Get ready. For all the girls in the chat, you need a rat bikini. A rat kini. I'm just going to wait for the just going to wait for the comments. Come on girls, get out there. What are you doing? Have you got your rat bikini ready? Oh my god. Come on. I want to. So, your project this week is to all send me a photo of yourselves wearing your rat bikini. Now, let me. So the purpose today is purely to make the connection about the beagles and the hounds, because it is something that I spoke about in the Jam Scam a few times. We've talked about beagles and what's happening with beagles, and so now I see. Now I see there's a little bit more to this whole beagle thing than what we thought. Now, this is 2017. 2017. Were you silent or were you silenced? Sorry, I'm not saying much because I'm just trying to. This is the photo. Rick Owens and the sweet dog. So this dog was called Ed. I'm assuming that Ed belongs to Scarlett. The reason I wanted to show you this is if you know the reputation of Rick Owens and what he's renowned for, and now that I see Ed the Beagle, I'm starting to think that maybe there is a possibility that when those feelings that I had about the beagle with the broken legs, um, has to do with things with a theme of mirror. See the mirror, the mirrored reflections. Um, these are, yeah. I mean, it's no crime to have a mirror in your room. It's just a symbolic. It's a symbol or a message to me that just a reminder to me that these are people that love a lot of mirrors around them. I mean, it is a very kind of 80s thing, I suppose, as well, if the building is 80s. That's the one. 2017. So at the same, because when did she go? She went to London in 2000. So she had a beagle at the same time they had a beagle. The question, I suppose, for me is, does she have a beagle because Scarlett had a beagle? 2017, white bird. She chose to have a white bird as her. Is she doing the white bird because Scarlet Rouge is doing the white bird? The eternal paradox of the universe. Painting on glass for bell jar. Exhibition soon. Blah blah blah. White bird. Now, white bird. I haven't seen it yet, but we will. It's here too. Oh, there's two beagles. There's two beagles. Oh, that's so. I wonder if one. So one is Ed, which is Scarlett's beagle. The other beagle belongs to. Does it belong to Rick? Is that who Rick was holding? So two beagles here. Now there was a. Oh, you know how gorgeous to be in bed with mum. How gorgeous to be in bed with mum. You know, and this is for Koala's benefit because people, how fresh does she look? You know, how comforting, how gorgeous to be in bed with mum, having a girls' chat. Mum, you know, geez, you look so fresh, darling. Your skin is so moist. Blue Mum, can you please get the Nivea out? You need to moisturize, sweetheart, because you're looking a little bit like King Charles in that painting, if I'm completely honest. Do you need a little bit of oxygen, girl? What the hell is that? Now, this looks like Lady Gaga. I'm sorry. If I am convinced in my brain that Lady Gaga, like that looks so something that Lady Gaga would wear. I think, yeah, we don't have to say it out loud. There's something going on. There's another beagle shot. So there's two beagles, right? So this is 2016. So Shapey, when Shapey got her beagle, um, Scarlet Rouge had already, because this beagle is not a puppy anymore. Like it's been a while. Well, she got hers in 2009. What was that? Enjoying her favorite. Oh, the sweetheart. I know why. I know why they took this photo. See how the beagle's got one eye closed, one eye open. I suspect that's what made that photo cute for her. Okay, quickly going down because there is. Oh, that is a beautiful photograph. Oh, oh. Heavens to Betsy. Can you, Jam Stars? I am covered in goosebumps because I've just realized something. I've just realized something, everyone. I was drawn, I wanted to talk to you about the beagle. And so we're just going through, I know it might have been a little bit boring going through all the beagle shots. I just wanted to go beagle, beagle, beagle to drum it home to you, right? Can you see what those, can you see what that cast is? The cast is two, it's the cast of two legs, two hands, plaster casts of two hands, a broken hand, and a cast of two hands. Now, I know they're not dog's legs. They're not dog's legs. But they look like, to me, what made me get goosebumps is because that looks like the plaster cast of of two legs. And it doesn't, well, it's supposed to be hands, concrete arms. Nice. I've been working on some concrete castings recently too. Cast. That beagle had two front broken legs. Two legs. The two front legs were broken. They were in casts, in plastic casts. And Scarlet Rouge is posting plaster casts of arms and broken limbs. I had a feeling that this was somehow, there was energy around this. So Scarlet Rouge is doing this in 2016. Now, in 2017, Shapey goes to London and she brings the dog, and the dog ends up with broken legs. Oh, sorry, I thought I was sorry, let me just, so broken limbs and plaster casts. I'm just connect those dots. She loves taking, photography. Like she loves a dead bird. And this is Rick Owens and his wife, Michelle Lamy. Rick Owens, the fashion designer, Michelle Lamy. That's who they are, koala. Um, truth. So I think we're getting close. Little puppy. Well, this is a different dog. Well, this is a puppy, different dog. Now, the photo, I think we're getting close because it was, I noticed it was, there was another, there's another dead bird. There's the, there's the dog. The picture I'm looking for is Michelle Lammy. Oh, that is so cute. He loves his carrot. Uh, hmm. I think we've all seen that kind of shot. Um, so as you can see, there's a lot of, there's a big connection there with the, oh, that's sweet. That's so lovely. Is that something mum drummed up? People, like seriously. So these are the energies that we're looking at. And I suppose I have to tell you. So there is a there in here. There's a photo of Michelle Lammy, and she's all dressed in white, and she's holding a white dove. And the reason, oh, there's another one. Sorry, should I click on that? I'm not going to click on it. The bird doesn't have a head. That's the second one that doesn't have a head. Um, the other thing that I need to bring to your attention is this photo, and just remind you about white horses. Um, talking to the mermaids, remember the talking to the seals? The Charlie told her another dead bird. I'm not going to click on the dead birds. More. Oh, I didn't realize how much stuff that Scarlet Rouge has on her. Now I've gone through it so fast that I've actually. Yeah, there's a lot. I think because we're now toward, like, this is much older. Oh, it's a little bit vulgar. Can you see that? So really, I think it's just to understand the energies of these people and who Shapey was around when she grew up. So Michelle Lammy was someone that she grew, like, they went to, there is a photo of them in primary school together, and I can't remember if it's on this account or if it's, there's the puppy dog. There is a photo of not Michelle, Scarlet Rouge, Nanaki Pretty, and Shapey at the little primary school, that little red school or whatever it was called. Mm. There's just so much here. Oh, look. Do you think that all these references that Shapey is making and all this copying, is she copying this family? Like, is she copying Scarlett and Michelle Lammy? Michelle Scarlet Rouge posted this in 2014, and it's apparently her dad. It's apparently her dad as a fox. Silver, yeah, I just wanted to quickly say, Silver, you mentioned the Little Red School. In the post, like I can't find it at the moment. Um, in the post of where they're at school, it's actually called it's not called the Little Red School. That's what I thought. I thought it was the Little Red Schoolhouse. It was called, I mean, it might be called that, but when I looked it up, there was another school and it sounds like that, but it's got a slightly different name. But when I looked at the photo, it did look like Little Red Schoolhouse. But I was just wondering why she didn't call it the Little Red Schoolhouse. She called it something else. The owl and the moose or the deer horn and the owl. Just need to. And I think I'll probably have to stop. What I might have to do is actually, I'll have to take little screen grabs and keep them for us to actually talk about. But the other thing is Medusa. So remember, yeah, I often, you know, who I think, well, you know, I've often referred to her as Medusa. Okay, Paris. All right. So even just scrolling quickly, you can see the beagle, the amount of beagle there is here, and palm tree references. It's really there's so much here. I think we will stop because we've been going for a little while. So my question is, after having shown you that, is there are references there, the fox, there's so many things, the palm trees, there's so many things that if you were to go through it, you know, knowing what we know, that the question is, who was she actually copying? I think she's copying, or so are the messages sometimes of what she's doing, are they related to these people? Is she sending messages to her friends? Is she sending messages to the other side of the family? Now, I would suggest, I just realized something. But I will have to find it. I will have to find the. So, back in the day, I'll just quickly put a picture up of Michelle. Well, yeah. So, I will find the event. So, back some time ago, when he was the Prince of Wales, Chuck was involved because he's so artistic and, you know, so amazingly creative. You know, he was involved in a project, and he was kind of involved advising whatever, and it was to do with young artists and leaders, etc. But it's that kind of genre, you know, it's that kind of genre. I'm just trying to find a picture of the mum. Oh, she's young there. Um, sorry, I'm such a guy because I can't do two things at once. Um, yeah, so Chuck was involved. They asked him to be involved in this event, and it's a bit like the Birmingham Commonwealth Games, where he was involved in um, setting the themes, etc. He was involved in the design. So, and then we saw that big bull, you know, the bull of the Birmingham Games. Um, Now, Rick Owens is a really big. Well, I didn't realize how big he was in Paris. I didn't know, but anyway, he's this one. Okay, so here she goes. So I will find the information, but Prince Charles at the time was involved in this project and he was working with Michelle Lamy. Michelle Lamy was part of the committee, was part of the team advising in this project. And I thought, wow, like that's interesting. I'll find out more about it because then, Jonathan Yeo, the Soho House wallpaper, and what we've just been looking at, that sculpture with the cigarette. Like this is these energies are all connected. So people like, there are common energies. I'm not going to say how I'm not going to. I did read that, so I'll have to find it to present it to you. But and what the actual what the design project was, if it was a leadership thing, but I think it had something to do with art. If it's got something to do with art, then it makes sense that Michelle Lamy was involved, and it must have been It must have been a European thing because she's French, so they asked Chuck to be involved, etc. So he knew or he knows of, apparently. I don't know actually. I shouldn't say that. I'd be surprised if he didn't know who Michelle was, considering you know this project. Also, I wouldn't be surprised if one day if there's a connection between the Paris Olympics and the styling and the themes set at the Paris Olympics and Rick Owens, whether people of fashion were invited to be part of the design, because there's this overwhelming sense of the occult. And the fashion at the moment is to be anti-Christian, because anti-Christian is patriarchy and all that sort of stuff, the whole, woke BS. But what I would suggest to you is if patriarchy bad and Western and white is bad because church Christianity bad because it's a church, right? It's a religion, it's established. Then if you look across at this picture, every single thing about this picture is about the same thing. It's about church. It's just a different type of church. It's a different type of control. It's a different type of setting the narrative, at the control, the themes, but it's to do with culture, same as the church has a huge influence on, the Christian churches have had a lot of influence on culture. This is what the game is. The game is, replacing one church with another church. But people think, oh, it's so great and trendy and, so avant-garde to be a cult. It's just a trend. So that's what I wanted to sort of convey today in our workshop. We'll go back to, the Chris Lamb. Yeah. I know you've been chatting amongst yourselves, yes, but remember, yes, we talked about that one world religion, the blending of all these religions, which is, I think, what we're seeing. We're not quite there yet, still a little way to go, but you can sort of see by dissolving borders, by doing all this stuff, that it's really this attempt to one day just say, look, it's just, why don't we all just do the same thing? It'll be easier for everyone if we just do one thing. All right, my friends. Thank you for joining me today. I feel a coffee calling me. I hope you've all enjoyed yourselves. I hope you've enjoyed chatting amongst yourselves. Let's leave it there. So I'll see you same time, same place next week. And yes, just remember, there is a new channel, the Bubo Golden Advice channel, and Tarot C. So Tarot C, I'll probably, we'll be doing more, um, shapey stuff, more things that are more related to shapey, and a lot of the shorts and stuff will be published on Tarot C, and I'll keep putting connections to the Bubo Golden Advice, but Golden Advice will be general daily readings, and entertainment or news related readings. That channel will not have anything to do with shapey. Okay. But it might have a royal reading. It might have a royal family reading if it's in the news. If it's a news item. So that's the difference between the two channels. All right, my friends, take care. Have a wonderful weekend, and connect with you very soon. Okay. Bye, my friends. Goodbye.